Good morning, everyone. All right, everyone, go ahead and get comfortable. I invited Yogi's Bodhi from this morning's practice. He was such a yahoo the last time that we practiced that I asked him to go spend some time in his crate this morning. So I will, of course, not practice with any music in the background, but if you would like to place a little bit of music in the background, by all means, please do. A couple more minutes before we start. But if you're comfortable, come on up to either sit in a nice cross-legged seated position, or if you have a cushion or something that you can place underneath your sitting bones, anything that makes you feel more comfortable. If you have a bolster, anything that you want to place between your knees so that you can sit like this, please do. Whatever it is, I just want you to find a place where you can stack your shoulders over top of your hips and not feel like you are excessively straining to be in the posture. Go ahead and close your eyes and just do whatever breathing or motion you need to kind of settle yourself down and into your practice. Have a little levity in this morning's practice and just send an intention to yourself to show up in the way that you want to be showing up today. So take a nice couple of deep breaths in through your nose and part your lips and exhale through your mouth. Another deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Continue to breathe in through your nose, and this time close and seal your lips and exhale through your nose. Constrict the back of your throat ever so gently, starting to develop what we call an Ujjai breathing. And you'll know that you're in Ujjai breathing when there starts to be an audible quality to your breath. If I was practicing on the mat beside you, I would hear your breath ever so slightly. Ujjai breathing is a way to warm your body up from the inside. And what I love about it is it's the practice and the reminder that when I don't hear my own breath in my own yoga practice, that I have skipped the most important step. So it doesn't matter if it's a perfect sounding breath, it doesn't matter if it's the perfect tempo, but you want to be focusing in on your breath and pairing your motion to your breath, not your breath to your motion. Strive for equal inhales and equal exhales. 3 or 4 more rounds as you sit here. And as we begin the practice, we're going to go through nadi shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. And what you do with that, if you've not done it before, is you use your left hand. This is generalization. You use it the way you want to. Your second and third finger rest in the space between your eyebrows. Your left thumb controls your left nostril. Your index, or ring finger rather, controls your right nostril. And the breath goes in through your left nostril. Then you close it with your left thumb. Gently hold at the top for a second. Release your ring finger. Exhale through the right. Pause at the bottom. Inhale through the right. Close both your nostrils. Open the left. Exhale through the left. So it's in through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. All right? Close your eyes. Place your second and third finger just in the third eye region, right between your eyebrows. Close your right nostril with your ring finger and inhale through the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the left, open the right, exhale through the right. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale through the right for 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the right, open the left, exhale through the left for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale through the left for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close the left, open the right, and exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale left, inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close right, open left, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep going for 2 more rounds on your own. Inhaling through the left. Pause. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Continue 1 more round at your own pace. Allowing the alternate nostril breathing to start to integrate both sides of your body. Using both of the energy channels in your body, coming up through the Ida and down through the Pingala, and then reversing that, bringing these 2 parts of your body, the energy centers, together in unison. And when you exhale for the last time through your left, just close your eyes, release your hands to your mat or to your lap. This is one of the easiest ways for you to stimulate your vagus nerve, to calm and restore a sense of balance to your body. You can do it anywhere, at any time. Go ahead and open your eyes and just sit in this place of feeling what that feels like. And if you felt anxious by doing that practice, that's okay. Sometimes I find my breathing practice is easier to take on at the end of the practice, after I've gotten rid of all the anxiousness and the motion in my body, and I can sit in that place. So you do you. Starting to move your head, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your chin down to your chest and exhale. Inhale to neutral. Bring your chin up to the ceiling, dipping your head back any amount on the exhale. Keep going. Inhale to center. Exhale to come forward. Back and forth at your own pace, just allowing this motion to be as large or as small as feels comfortable. If it feels good, feel free to pick up the pace just a little bit. It's okay if you hear some clunking and clicking, but should be no pain with this motion. 2 more. And then bring your head to neutral. Take your right ear, your right shoulder, right ear to your right shoulder. Walk your right hand out to the side. Maybe even take your right hand and draw it up to the side of your head and draw it even closer to the right side. Inhale back to center, left ear, left shoulder. Option to bring your left hand up to the side of your head. Bring it back to neutral and start to bring it over to the side. Walk your right hand to the side and inhale your left arm up and over top of your head. Reaching right from the sitting bones, right through the left fingertips. Option to spin your gaze up towards your left hand and then inhale back to neutral, left hand down, right hand up. Exhale, right hand over. Find your seat and reaching up with your fingertips. And then let it be dynamic as you go back and forth. Breathing into the space of your rib cage, reaching up, grounding down, opening up your shoulders as you go. For 4, 3, 2, last time, all the way to the left, and then reach down. Take your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Sit up nice and tall. Walk your left hand behind you. Find your length, and as you exhale, twist to the left. Breathe deeply, expand your chest. As you exhale, twist a little bit further. Spin your gaze back to center. Release the twist. Left hand over to your right leg. Right hand behind you. Find your length. And then exhale, twist to the right. Be really cognizant of your elbows, your shoulders, your knees in your practice. No hyperextending. Bring yourself back to center and then walking your hands forward. So coming up on spidey fingers, walking your hands forward and sitting your sits bones back. And when you get as far as you go, sink your head between your biceps. Breathing into your back body. Exhaling through your nose. Inhale, rise up, lengthen. Exhale, reach even further. Walk your hands all the way over to the left-hand side, reaching a little further with your right fingertips. Anywhere where you feel resistance or tension, breathe into that space. Let it be easy. Walk your hands all the way over to the right side, reach a little further with your left fingertips. Breathe underneath your left rib cage, all the way up to your armpit. Walk your hands back, bring your hands behind you, bring your knees, your feet out in front of you, nice and wide. And let your knees rock back and forth. Bring your hips up as you go from side to side. If you're coming to me from Ontario today, it's 10 a.m. You might have moved a little bit, but not me. It's 7. This is all still creaky for me. Now go ahead and sit back up. Put your other shin in front. So sit the awkward way. Sit nice and tall. Take your hands to the front of your knees. Exhale, tip your hips backwards. Bring your chin to chest. Arch through your mid-back area. Inhale, stack. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, roll back again. Chin to chest, belly button to spine. 2 more. Inhale, nice and tall. Collarbones nice and wide. Exhale, or go back. Half a cup of coffee, people. That's all it is today. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, come all the way back. Release the pose and come into tabletop position. So being in tabletop, take your hips back just a little bit further, stacking over top of your knees. Coming into cat and cow, inhale, drop your belly, look forward. Exhale, press into your hands, press into your knees, belly button to spine. Inhale, look forward, drop your belly. Exhale, press down, lift up through the shoulder blades. We'll keep going, but this time let it be a little bit juicier. Moving your hands and your hips. Maybe letting your sitting bones roll back towards your heels. Inhaling, scooping forward, looking forward. Exhale, pressing into your hands, reaching all the way back. Keep going. No need to look at me. Feeling your way through this posture. Couple more times. Whatever pace feels best to you. Know that you can turn the volume up in your practice or turn it down whatever way you'd like. 1 more. And then coming to neutral. Take your left hand underneath your face and then sweep your right arm up over top of your head. Press into your left hand, reach up with your right. Option to look towards the ceiling. Exhaling, bringing your right hand underneath your left to hover. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, bring it all the way under. Inhale, press down, reach up. Exhale, this time bring your right hand all the way through. Place the back of your hand on the mat and rest your head. Option to take your left hand into your fingertips, or inhale your left arm up over top of your shoulder, reaching towards the sky. Breathe deeply into your belly. Open your lips and exhale through your mouth. Place your left hand down, come back to tabletop, pressing into your right hand. Inhale, lift your left arm all the way up towards the sky. Reach up, find some space. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, arch up, find some space. Exhale, left hand under. Last time, inhale, all the way up. Exhale, bring it all the way through. Back your hand to the mat, coming up onto your right fingertips, or inhale your right arm straight up towards the sky. Find a deep breath. Exhale through your mouth. Right hand back down. Coming into child's pose, so take your knees nice and wide, toes together, sink your hips all the way back. Keeping it active, walking your hands forward onto your fingertips. So reaching back through your sitting bones, reaching forward with your fingers and release your head towards the mat. So puffing up your underarms, feeling your breath all the way out underneath your armpits, all the way down to your pelvis. Child's pose, it's available for you as many times as you like. You don't need to wait for me to cue it in practice. Okay, bringing yourself forward, coming all the way forward, walking your fingertips around. So walking your hands around, starting to put some pressure into your wrists. So your wrists are parallel with the front of your mat. Maybe even walk your knees in a little bit more, tuck your toes. Get all 10 toes tucked under, okay? Just waking your body up, letting it know you're gonna put some pressure into it, and then sink your hips back. Doing your best to keep your palms onto the ground. Now, of course, if you do a lot of computer work, you probably have really tight forearms. And this is exactly the kind of thing that you want to do. When you find in your practice, come forward, ease off the pressure, and then sit back a little bit more. If you find in your yoga practice that your wrists and hands hurt, or you have arthritis, this is the kind of thing you actually want to do. You want to be regularly putting pressure into your forearms, into your wrists, into your hands, but learning how to spread the tension across your finger pads. So keeping your fingers nice and open, doming, creating a little puff of air underneath your palms. So it's almost like you're gripping, but you're gripping with all parts of your fingertips, right? Drawing the pressure backwards so that you're not just dumping into your wrists. So we're in that pain position. We tend to dump. Pull the energy back so that you're actually distributing it all the way through your arms. And if you feel like you need to be onto your fists, if that helps, or down onto your forearms, then that's what you want to do, all right? Go ahead, set your hands up, coming back into your first downward facing dog. Taking your feet nice and wide, hip distance, looking forward, making sure that your wrists are parallel with the front of the mat. All of your fingers are spread nice and wide. Bending your knees, coming from side to side. Bending your knees, bringing your chest all the way towards your knees. And then lifting your hips to the sky, sinking your heels towards the earth. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Spin your biceps, your inner biceps towards the sky, lengthening through your collarbone. Your head should be between your biceps, looking kind of in the middle of your mat. Bend one knee, bringing your other heel towards the ground, and then switching up the other side. Looking forward, bending your knees, and then waving forward into high plank. Pressing back through your heels, reaching forward with your crown. Exhale, tip your hips up and back. Bend your knees, wave forward. Hold for a second. Exhale, tip them up and back. Keep going at your own pace. At any point, you're welcome to drop to your knees. It's the same thing. Bend your knees. Let it be juicy. Way forward. Exhale all the way back. This time, looking forward, walk your feet all the way to the front of your mat. Take your feet nice and wide at hip distance. Release down into a forward fold. Bend your knees. And if your blocks are not at the front of your mat, just bring them up on either side. Bend your knees, no pressure in the back of your head. Taking your hands to the front of your shins, inhale and halfway lift. Bend your knees so that your back is flat, looking straight down. Exhale, forward fold. Do it again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. One more time, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Walking your hands all the way up, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Coming to stand at the top of your mat. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Closing your eyes for just a moment. Reminding yourself of the intention that you're bringing into class today. Perfect. Open your eyes. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the front of your shins. Exhale to fold. Press into your feet, lift up, wave up. Keep going, fold all the way down. Exhale, bend those knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Press down, step up, all the way back up. Take up space, look up if you can. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, place your hands back, step back to plank. Be in your plank. Option to release your knees. So press back through your heels, reach forward. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Looking forward, take a step or a few steps to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Press down, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step back with your other foot, coming back to plank. Hold your plank, press into your hands. Feel the doming action in your mid-back. On your toes, pressing back through your heels, engaging the front of your thighs, so lifting your kneecaps. Exhale to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Releasing your hands down, inhale your arms up. Take your right hand to your left wrist, reach up and then bend to the right hand side. Hips go to the left. It's like you're between two panes of glass. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, side bend even further to the right. Inhale back to center. Switch hands, left hand, right wrist, all the way over to the left. Breathe into the space all the way down your right rib cage. Find some length, exhale, side bend even more. Coming back to center, look up between your hands. So press into your feet, lift up with your fingertips. And then hands through heart center all the way into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, place your hands down, step back to plank, hold your plank. Option to release your knees to the mat. So look down to your fingers. Are all 10 of your fingers spread far apart? Engage everything. You should feel some shaking. Release your knees to the mat, untuck your toes, spin your elbows in so that they're tracking with the side of your body. Lift up to your pelvis. So don't tip your hips down, lift up and then come down in one long line. Take your hands nice and wide up onto your fingertips, elbows towards the sky. Top your feet to the mat. Inhale, wave up into waving cobra. Look forward. Exhale, come all the way down. Wave up on the inhale. Exhale, come all the way down. One more time, press down, lift up, slide your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale all the way down, bring your hands back to the side of your shoulders, press through your knees, and lift back up to downward facing dog. Look forward to the front of your mat, take a step to the front, inhale to halfway lift, exhale to fold. Press down, lift up all the way. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step back with your opposite foot. Hold your plank. And this is where I was saying before that if you have a lot of pressure into your wrists and you find it really difficult, you can come down either to your knees to take some of the pressure off, or you can come down to your forearms. It works as well. Release your knees to the mat, untuck your toes, come down in one long line, press. Keep your hands either wide or on either side of your shoulders and inhale into baby cobra. Strength of your back body. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, press down, lift up. No crunching into your low back. Exhale down. One last time. Press down, lift up. Exhale all the way down. Press into your hands. Come back to your tabletop, downward facing dog. Taking a moment. Bend your knees, lift your hips a little bit higher. And when you're ready, inhale your right leg up and back. So bend your left knee, square your hips to the mat, press back through your right heel. Inhale, bring your right knee all the way through to your chest. And as slow as you can go, place your right foot next to your right hand. Spin your heel down on a 45 for warrior one. And then inhale your arms up. So warrior one is a closed hip posture, which means that you're doing your best to kind of bring your right hip back and your left hip forward. And if that pressure is too much for your knee, don't do it that way. Pop your left heel up so that you're in a high lunge, okay? It doesn't have to be that way if your body doesn't like it. So bend deeper into your right knee. Lift up with your right fingertips. Contain your lower ribs. One more deep breath in through your nose. Exhaling through your nose. Interlace your hands behind your back body. Press your index fingers towards the floor. Lift up with your chest. And then exhale, dive forward, humble warrior. Bringing the crown of your head all the way down inside your right leg towards your right toes. Bring your arms over top of your head any amount. Hold the posture. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, bring your left hand down inside of your right foot. And inhale your right arm up towards the sky. And if that's too much on your back leg, just pop your left leg up. Exhale, hand down. Pop your left heel up. Take your right hand inside your right foot and walk your right foot out to the outside of your mat. Sink your hips down. Option to bring your knee down if that feels better. So you have your right shoulder tacking into the inside of your right knee. Press back through your left heel. Reach forward with the crown. Engage your pelvis. So instead of sinking it down, lift it up. Walking your right hand on the outside of your right foot. Pressing into your hands, lifting your foot back to plank. Release your knees, come all the way down. Inhale to Cobra. Exhale all the way down. Press down, come all the way back to downward facing dog. In your practice, You have the option of doing a full chaturanga and then transitioning into an upward facing dog. If you want to stay on your knees and build the strength, then build the strength. Okay, so do it properly so that you can feel your body. Inhale, come all the way forward. Release your knees to the mat, come all the way down. Inhale one more time, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back, squaring your hips to the floor. Flex your left toes towards your shin. Exhale, bring your left knee all the way through, hovering it, and then placing it down gently, right at your left hand. Warrior one, spin your right heel down on a 45 and inhale your arms up. Doing your best to draw your left hip back and allow your right hip to come forward any amount. Bend into your left knee, reach up with your fingertips. If you feel wobbly, just bring your right foot out a little bit more so that you're on train tracks. Bringing your hands behind you, interlace your fingers in the awkward way, opposite to the other one. Draw your index fingers down, lift your chest to the sky, and then humbly your warrior, bring it all the way down, left shoulder inside left knee. Release your crown to the floor, inhale your arms up and over your head, any amount. It's okay if you're wobbling, it's the best part. See if you can contain your left hip. Can you draw it into the midline and not chuck it out all the way to the side? Inhale with control all the way up. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, bring your right hand down inside your left leg and inhale your left arm up towards the sky. Stacking your shoulders, one over top of the other. An option, of course, always to use a block. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Walking up, first of all, release your back heel, walk your left foot out to the outside of your mat, left hand inside your left foot. Coming into a long stance, sinking your left shoulder towards the inside of your left knee. Option to bring your right knee to the ground. Lift your chest, looking forward a couple feet. Taking your left hand to the outside of your left foot, walking your left foot in, pressing into both hands, stepping back to plank, releasing your knees or coming down full chaturanga. Inhale the upward facing dog or cobra. Pressing back, coming back into downward facing dog. Any point you can skip the flows. I know I do it all the time in my own practice. Inhale your right leg up and back. Bend your right knee and stack your right hip over top of your left. Lifting your knee towards the sky, sinking your left heel towards the ground. Lift your left armpit away from the ground, squaring your shoulders to your mat. Inhale your right leg long, exhale, right foot through the right hand for warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2, left heel down on a 90. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips. So nice, wide-legged, open hip posture. In a perfect world, which we don't live in, your right thigh would be parallel with the ground. And as you bend into your right knee, make sure it's tracking forward with your second and third toe. So find your roots. Maybe even take your posture lower or wider. And then inhale your arms on either side. Exhale, sink a little further into your right leg. Spin your gaze over top of your right hand. Go a little deeper. Engage your legs. So feel the contraction of both your legs at the same time. Reversing your warrior, flip your right palm to the sky. Exhale as you bring it back. Look up towards the sky, bending into your right knee. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep going. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, come to warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow to your right knee. Inhale, your left arm up and over top of your head. One long line from the outside of your left foot all the way into your left hand. Option to bring your right hand to a block or to the floor. Whatever feels best for you. Look straight ahead or spin your gaze up to your left hand. Inhale back to warrior two. Look forward over your right hand. Straighten both your legs. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bend into warrior two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Bring your left arm all the way down on either side. Step back to plank or come just into downward facing dog. Drop your knees, come down at one long line, build your strength. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, come down. And as you press up, engage your abdomen. Spin your elbows so that they're coming backwards in line with your body. Press down and then lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet nice and wide and come up about a foot. So take your feet to either side of your yoga mat. Still in a downward facing dog, coming back into a little shorter stance. Plant firmly into your left hand and then reach your right hand underneath your body to the outside of your left shin, ankle, foot, whatever feels right. Press back with your left hand, reaching up with your sitting bones. Steady your breath. Releasing your right hand down. Coming back into neutral, and when you're ready, take your left hand underneath to the outside of your right calf. Do your best to keep your body parallel and synced with the front of your mat. So it's as if you are in downward facing dog, but you are reaching that left hand under. Take all the pressure out of the back of your neck. Then release your left hand down. Take your feet back to a regular downward facing dog. And then inhale your left leg up and back. Bend your left knee. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Lift your left knee even higher. And as you do so, sink even more into your right heel. Go a little higher, open up your pelvis, and then inhale your left leg straight. Exhale, come into warrior two on the other side. So left leg forward, back foot down on the 90 degrees. Bring your hands to your hips, and then sink into your warrior two. Opening your hips to the right side of your mat. I'm gonna spin to the other side so you can see me. Or maybe I can see you. So when you're ready, inhale your arms to either side. Take a peek down. Make sure that your left knee is not bowing in, but is tracking forward with your second and third toe. Maybe you go a little lower. Feel the outside of your right foot pressing into the mat. Reverse your warrior, flip your left palm, inhale, exhale, up and back. Bend even more into your left knee. Reach up with your left fingertips. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale to warrior two, coming into extended side angle, left elbow to left knee, right arm up and over top of your head. Option to go down into the block of the floor if you did so on the other side. Respecting your gaze, respecting your neck. Spin your body open towards the ceiling. You've got this. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bend into warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Spin your right arm up and over on either side. Step back to plank. Come through your flow or skip it. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, press down, come back, downward facing dog. Taking a moment in downward facing dog, and then bending your knees, coming back into child's pose. Nice and wide to your knees, sink your hips back. Resting your forehead onto the mat or onto folded hands. And an option to just wiggle back and forth. Feel if your heart feels like it's elevated. Feel what that feels like. Placing your hands forward, tucking your toes again. Exhaling, coming back into downward facing dog. Bending your knees ever so much. Inhale your right leg up and back. Coming into pigeon. Exhale, bring your right knee through to your right wrist. And then walking your left leg back in and out. So there's lots of ways to do pigeon, but one of the ways that I would recommend we just try today is to take your right knee outside of your right hip. So if you look down at your right knee, is it going straight ahead or is it out to the side ever so slightly? So bringing it out to the outside, oftentimes walking your left leg back a little bit and making sure your foot's in line with your ankle and your leg. Inhale, come up nice and tall on your fingertips. Engage your pelvic muscles, pull your hips out of the ground. Stack your head over your shoulders, over your hips. And then exhale, walking your hands forward. Engaging the muscles even though you're stretching. So not dumping into your posture, but intelligently and consciously drawing your body forward and at the same time allowing your hips to settle into the earth. Option to take a block or a rolled up towel or whatever you have to take it underneath your right sitting bones. If you've never done that before, give it a try, see what it feels like. Option to stay onto your forearms or walk yourself all the way down towards the ground. Notice where your breath has gone. One of my girlfriends shared what I thought was a really incredible proverb, a Zen proverb actually, and it says, let go or be dragged. Let go or be dragged. I can tell you that 2020 has all been for me about letting go. Letting go what no longer serves me, letting go the way I thought things needed to be, finding my own footing within myself. Not so much something to learn, but lots to remember about who you are and why you're here. One more deep breath in, long exhale through your nose. When you're ready, walk yourself back up, remove your prop if you have one, and then stretch back into downward facing dog. Pedal it out, take a second, and then coming into the other side, lift your left leg, bring it all the way through. Taking your time. Sitting up nice and tall, so drawing the energy out of your pelvis. Bring your chest to the front of your mat, raise up through your crown, humble your chin a little bit. And take your time as you start to walk your hands forward. Consider using a prop. Both sides are not the same on our body, which is kind of cool, actually. We come into what is characteristically one of the busiest weeks. After almost 25 years in practice, I can tell you the schedule people run through the holidays, oh, it's not comfortable for people. So I know that one of the things I'm focusing on is the fact that my schedule is not the same. And where can I find peace in that? Where can I be happy with what that's providing? And doing my best to not look at what isn't and look for what is. One more deep breath in, long exhale out. Walking yourself back up, taking the prop away if it is, and then this time just sitting up and letting your hip fall right into your left hand side. Take your right hand back, scoop up your right knee, draw it all the way around. So I'm gonna face you. I know I'm wearing black clothes, so I hope you can see me. So your left knee is gonna go straight forward to your body, and your right leg is either going to plant on the foot is gonna plant on the outside of your left knee, or you're gonna bring it all the way back and you're gonna stack your knees. So you might even step yourself forward, stacking your knees. Just take a peek at me. I know my head's all up in the microphone. Bring your feet out to either side if it's available to you, and then settling your hips back. Option to sit on a block if that's comfortable. And if that's not comfortable, then you're gonna have your right foot planted and your right knee straight up and tall. You have these 2 feet on either side. Settle your hands down into your feet. Start by just sitting up nice and tall. In a perfect world, you know, for 19-year-old acrobatic Indian boys, which is what yoga was initially designed for, their knees would be stacked. And it's okay if yours aren't. So just find your way. Almost more important that your sitting bones are settling into the earth. And if you have any space available, you're gonna walk your hands forward any amount, but lead with your chest. Lead with your chest, sinking your tailbone and your sitting bones into the earth and drawing out of your crown going forward. Relax your shoulders. Sukha and Sthira. There is a sense of ease and a sense of work in practice. And you get to decide how much of each you're in. Humble your chin so there's no pressure into the back of your neck. Inhale, find any amount of length, and then exhale, fold forward a little bit more. Walking your hands back, unwinding everything. So taking your hands back, unwinding, bringing your feet nice and wide, and then like windshield wipers, just let them go back and forth. Let your hip raise up as you go from side to side. I'm sorry, we have 2 sides. We're gonna go the other way. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall. You're gonna bring your right heel through to your right sitting bone. So your right knee is gonna come straight out. And then you're either gonna take your left foot sitting up nice and tall on the outside of your right leg, or you're gonna walk yourself forward, stacking your knees, left leg on top of right, and then settling all the way back. Oh, this is the side that wants me to love it more. Find your feet. Maybe even take a moment to give your foot a little massage. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe even sitting on a block. Humbling your chin so that you're not jutting forward. If you have any space for this, you're going to walk your hands forward, keeping your sitting bones connected to the earth, okay? Roll your shoulder blades down your back body. You're doing amazing. Close your eyes. Take an inhale. Just grow yourself a little bit longer. Maybe you ease off a bit. And as you exhale, exhale through your mouth. Find a little bit more. Walking your hands back. Coming back again. Take your hands behind you, fingertips towards your pelvis. This time, just take your feet out in front of you. So your fingertips are facing you. And this time, you're going to find your feet, find your hands. Press into your feet, press into your hands, come up into reverse table. Any amount. Option to just look either straight forward a bit or lift your gaze a bit towards the sky. If this bothers your shoulders, just go back into the windshield wiping that we were just doing. Press down, lift a little higher, and then exhale, take your hips all the way down. Spinning yourself around, taking your right leg forward. Let your left knee fall out to the side. So bring your right toes towards your shins, sit up nice and tall. In this posture, as we go into a forward bend, you may want to roll up a towel and sit on the edge of the towel. If you feel you get all wrapped up into your lower back, sit up on a towel on the edge of the towel or on the edge. I find a block is a bit hard. On the edge of the towel so you can tip your hips forward. This might be your full stretch, okay? Inhale to start, and then exhale. Start to reach yourself forward, leading with your chest. Doesn't matter where your face is going as much as it does your chest. Okay, so you want to avoid the turtle situation with your chin. Draw your chin in, reach for your crown, and then come forward any amount. You can let it be a little bit dynamic, inhaling just ever so slightly. And on your exhale, reaching forward even more. Inhale, walk your hands back up. Take your left foot, place it on the outside of your right knee. And then sweep your right elbow around your left knee. Walk your left hand back. Flex your right toes. So flex your right toes. Sit up nice and tall. And the last thing to do is exhale and twist your left. Option to bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe into your belly, breathe into your chest. Inhale nice and tall. As you exhale through your nose, twist a little bit more. Micro bend into your left elbow. Spin your gaze back to center, unwind, take your left leg straight out in front of you. Inside of your right sole, into the left leg. Place your hands behind you, sit up nice and tall. Find some space in the back of your sitting bones. This might be the extent of your stretch, and that's perfectly okay. Bring your left toes towards your shin. Inhale, find length. And as you exhale, come forward any amount. You can use your hands to draw your chest forward. Humble your chin. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, find some distance. Go a little closer. Inhale, your hands back up. And take your right foot on the outside of your left thigh. Sweep your left elbow and hand all the way around. Flex your toes. Right hand behind you. Inhale, find your length. Exhale, twist your right. Sending your body an abundance of appreciation. Wherever you feel tenderness, vulnerability, even discomfort, send yourself a little extra love. Inhale back to center, releasing it out, unwinding. You're bringing the soles of your feet together. Coming into a Badakanasana. Put your feet together, drawing your hips a little bit closer, holding onto your feet, and then using it to sit up nice and tall. And use the energy of your own muscular system to open up your knees to the side. Doesn't matter how far they go, but find that space between, that's where that balance between pressing into your sitting bones, sitting up through your crown, and then opening your knees either side. And as you exhale, drawing yourself forward, again, leading with your chest, bending your elbows and gently drawing them into your thighs or your shins, opening up your hips. Bring your gaze down in front of your feet. If I was standing behind you, you would be flat in your back. Okay, so flat in your back, all the way from your crown to your sitting bone. Inhale, find a little length, and then go passive. Round yourself any amount, bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, coming back up to center, unwind your feet, bring them in front of you. So take your feet hip distance, sitting up nice and tall. So place your hands in front of your shins. Find your length, sit up nice and tall. Make sure your toes are in contact with the earth. Option to keep your hands here, bring them out to the side. You're gonna roll down, one vertebrae at a time for the count of 10, right? Here we go, slow as you can go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drawing all the way down, draw your knees towards your chest. Bring your knees nice and wide to either one of your armpits and rock back and forth. Feel the weight on the back of your sacrum. Option to bring your hands through to your feet, coming into happy baby, hands on the outside of your feet or the outside of your ankles, drawing your knees towards your armpits, flexing your feet as if you're standing on the ceiling. Deep breath into your belly, lengthen your tailbone towards the front of your mat, drawing your knees in a little bit closer. Nice and wide through your collarbones. Option to rock from side to side. Close your eyes if that's what's comfortable. Releasing it, bringing it back to center, holding both your knees in, and then drawing your forehead towards your knees. So holding up in this nice tall position. If this is too much for your neck, release it back down. Hold your right knee in, extend your left leg towards the front of your mat. Hover it for a moment, and then switch. So option, you can keep your forehead or your head on the ground and switch. That would be interesting. Keep going. Feel a slight engagement in your abdomen. Going controlled as much as you can. For 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And then release your right foot down to the ground and then draw your left knee across your body or whatever one that you have in, all the way over to the other side. Draw your opposite arm out to the side. Feel the opening and the stretch from your knee all the way to your fingertips. If this is not your favorite supine twist, then go ahead and take the version that you prefer. Draw your knees back in to center. Bring both your knees in. Option to bring your forehead up. And then switch. Hold the opposite knee in, extend the other leg straight. Release it to the mat, and then draw your knee across your body, opening your arm to the other side. Bringing yourself back to neutral. One more time, squeeze your knees in. Option to bring your forehead up, lengthen your tailbone to the front of the mat. And then release your head down. Option to take whatever posture you might want to take for the last 20 or 30 seconds. If you have a block, how wonderful to place underneath your sacrum and bring your legs up to the front of the room, or even bringing yourself against the wall so that you can rest. Legs up the wall, legs up. Signals the nervous system to calm and restore. Or if you're ready, go right into your final resting posture, Shavasana. Don't skip the next 120 seconds. Stay with me. So bring your ankles to either side of your mat. Let your feet fall out to the side. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your back body. Open your hands to the sky and take up some space. Release your breath. And as you lie in your final resting posture, I'm just going to read a very, very short quote. Your practice doesn't expect you to show up happy. It asks you to be present. It doesn't mind if you're put together or if you are a mess. You can arrive with a jumbled mind and a heavy heart. Your practice could care less if you can touch your toes or meditate for hours. It asks simply that you show up. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Part your lips and a long exhale through your mouth. Start to move fingers and toes, drawing your ankles together, pressing out through your toes, reaching your arms up over top of your head. Take a deep inhale, letting your lower back lift up off the ground. And then exhale through your mouth and let it all go. Roll on to your left or your right side, drawing your knees up nice and close to your chest. Cradling your head onto your elbow. And when you're ready, pressing into your hand, eyes closed, bring yourself all the way up, sitting in a cross-legged posture. Place your hands in your lap. And just be for a moment. Option to place your left palm on top of your heart, and then your right palm on top of your left. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe into the space underneath your palms. Draw up through your crown. Feel the energy of your love within yourself. Release your hands to either side. Bring your palms up. Inhale, sweep your arms up ever so slowly, lifting your gaze as your arms come together above your head. Exhale, place your hands to heart center. Bow your head deeply. Thank you so much for practicing with me live today or even in replay. And I wish you all the best in the holidays. Find someone outside your home to send so much love to and take care of the people that need you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, for joining me in practice this morning. I hope it is exactly what you needed. It may not have been what you came for, but hopefully it was exactly what you needed. It sure was for me. You're welcome, Pam. Merry Christmas to you. I miss you as well. I can't believe that our retreat was only a month ago. It feels like a year. Merry Christmas, Mike. Same to you. It has been so wonderful practicing with you all year. Oh, Lori, you are such a godsend. I'm so appreciative for every time that you show up in this mat. It gives me a reason to show up. And this has been my first year teaching, and it's been not how I imagined it was going to go. So I appreciate for all the times you showed up and all the ways that I was able to show up. It has meant the world to me. So Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Treat yourself the way you need to be treated this season, not the way you think you need to be, but the way that you feel you need to be. Jennifer, you are so welcome. I'm glad you're feeling better. So am I. Take care, everyone. Love you so much. And I'll be posting some more classes going on in the future. Okay, so reach out to me. Let me know what you want and you need. All right, take care.